go to Fareed because Fareed is right there in Pahalgam with this site has happened. And Fareed will tell you. Fareed, go ahead and help us understand as the hunt is on. How easy possibly for the terrorists to be able to escape into the mountains, and how and why they chose a location which is above and beyond, which needs a trek, which needs a certain location where as and when the massacre happens, they realize they'll be able to flee and the security personnel would take some time to reach.
Well, yes, Pooja, we are at ground zero and we have been since morning. And one could really realize why so many casualties. Once you come up to this place, it's a proper trek. You have boulders, you have absolutely slippery slopes, then you have waterfalls and other things that typically you see in a jungle setting. So this is the kind of trekking they did to reach this place, and this is an answer to your question as to why this spot was located. We have been saying time and again, this is not typical Pahalgam. Those people who know Pahalgam know that Baisaran is cut off. You have to go do a trek or use horses to reach this place, and that again is part of the adventure that tourists find thrilling, to go on a horseback and ride all the way to Baisaran, which is an absolutely beautiful meadow. So this is why you had around 1,000 to 1,500 people here. And overall, if you talk of Pahalgam, there were thousands of tourists yesterday, not a single room. So this area is cut off. No area domination yesterday, no picket of the security forces. This was an area that was abandoned security-wise, which is obviously something that raises a lot of questions on the thought process of the security agencies as to why this area was left like it was, and then the intel agencies as to why they did not tip off, because if this kind of movement of such a big group is happening, and we now are getting reports that they could have come from Kishtwar through Kokarnag and reached this place. So obviously this raises quite a few questions on the intel network, because obviously if you talk of security forces, you cannot have man-to-man marking, you can't
Correct.
have tourists are everywhere, you can't have a security personnel everywhere, but at least as far as intel agencies are concerned, they can tip off, and then you can have an area domination in the area, which
so
was
that's
missing.
what the intelligence agencies will be looking at. And as you're showing the location, I want to also remind the viewer, remember, these are very difficult terrains. Like Fareed is also mentioning, while questions will be raised to the forces, to the government, to the agencies, but it's not possible to have booths on every street, because even when India does that, there is criticism of why Kashmir Valley is so fortified. But look at that now. Chilling terror modus operandi has been exposed. Terrorists were wearing helmets, mounted caps. Terrorists videographed a full attack. This reminds to me in many ways how the Hamas extremists also did, the body cam attached, as if they wanted to record, boast about this terror operation. Tourists were split into men and women. Then their religious identity was also ascertained. And when it was confirmed that they are not Muslims, they were then targeted and shot dead at point-blank range. They attacked a spot precisely that could delay the response of the armed forces to reach. But that, perhaps, remember, are some risks that the government also was taking to be able to reduce the number of forces, at least from tourist areas, and then this happened. We are told tourists were targeted, killed in terror sniper fire as well. Ashravani, with more modus operandi details on that. Gaurav Sawant also continues to be with us. Gaurav, this body cam appears to be a new strategy of the jihadist extremists. We are witnessing more and more in different locations. What do you think precisely in these high-tech equipment that these Pakistani sent terrorists have?
This is a war that's being waged not just on our country, physically on ground, but also mentally and emotionally. So when these pictures go out on social media, the aim is to radicalize more young Muslim youth and get them to become either Islamic State or Lashkar-e-Taiba or Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists. It's been done in Hamas, as you rightly pointed out, but even before that, the same Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists have worn body cams and done it south of Pir Panjal when they targeted military convoys. They keep their cameras. It's helmet-mounted GoPro. It's chest-mounted cameras, which has very powerful audio. They film the audio, they film the video, and they have commentary which they then put out on social media with religious music and their commentary to send out a message how they're targeting kafirs or infidels or non-believers in Islam. It's been done when that military convoy was targeted near Rajouri, when they filmed that entire targeting of that main truck, when when that soldier jumped out, the killing of that soldier and what he was saying. So this has been done done increasingly to put these images out on social media and radicalize more young Muslim men.
Gaurav, as you're telling us, it's a reminder of the kind of effort, remember, that Pakistan is putting in to kill and harm innocent people. They are drowning in their own mess and mayhem. Ashraf Wani continues to be with us. A modus operandi also to ensure, Ashraf, that Pakistan cannot manage its own nation and it wants to now harm Kashmir as well. That was witnessing a relative normalcy, peace, prosperity, even for the Kashmiris, for their business, for their livelihood returning.
Absolutely, Pooja. Basically, after the abrogation of Article 370 on 5th August 2019, the Pakistan as well as the Pakistani intelligence agency ISI changed completely strategy of the terrorists. They were not renamed from Hizbul Mujahideen or from Lashkar-e-Taiba or Jaish-e-Mohammed to TRF and Resistance Front and other names. But also the terror modules was completely changed after 2019. Number one, the highly trained terrorists are being pushed into Jammu and Kashmir. Two of them had been killed today when I am talking to you on LOC in Kupwara, Baramulla district. There was an infiltration bid which was foiled successfully by the alert troops on the line of control. Two terrorists had been killed there, and also huge quantity of arms and ammunition, including the IDs, had been recovered from them. Second most important thing, what the strategy these terrorists changed, they are living now in jungles. They are not in the contact, as earlier you have seen the terrorists were living in the habitats. There was a lot of local support.